And now, it's the all-new 1980 terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off. The show with more tall tales than a Playboy Club for Giants. Right now, here's a man who hears some unbelievable stories every day from TV soap. Please welcome your host, Mr. Jay Johnson and Bob.
Thank you. Thank you kindly. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, they are, Bob. Yeah.
Woo! Yes, something. Welcome to the terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off. That's hard to say.
Terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off. Yeah, well, this is the first ever Terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off.
Yes, and so this may be the last ever if you don't like it.
That's right. Yeah, so enjoy yourselves a lot.
That's true.
You look very nice tonight, Bob.
Thank you very much. You like this suit?
I like the suit very much.
Yeah. I stole this suit from ABC television.
You did?
Yeah. They used to use it on Fantasy Island, but no more.
I see. Yeah, I see. Well, it's very nice.
Yeah, tattoo is ticked off.
I imagine. I imagine it. He's mad because you stole his suit.
No, because I cut this hole in the back.
I understand. I understand.
That's for your hand.
I understand how it works.
Well, do tell.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, originally, the contestants were up before a preliminary panel.
That's hard to say.
Preliminary panel.
Very good. I could never do it.
That's right. And they were judged on believability, originality, and presentation.
That's right. All those things at once.
That's right. And we selected 4 people that will be with us here this evening.
That's right.
Now, our judges here tonight will judge them on a point system, but we have to have good judges to judge good talent. And so, let's meet our judges.
Shall we? Here come the judge.
Okay, yes. Our first judge is a holder of the title of Las Vegas Lounge Act of the Year.
Yes, he didn't work there. He was just drunk there.
Bob. And he's also a comedian, a writer, a composer, an arranger, and he also plays jazz, broom, and bass cigar. That's right, Mr. Pete Barbutti. Hello, Pete!
Hello, Bob. How are you?
Is that thing really a cigar, or is that just something you like to fondle?
Bob.
Say,
No?
Bob,
Yes.
is there a chance you'd be able to break away from Jay tonight and come out to the camper? We have a party out there, and I thought we got all hip people coming, and I thought maybe if you could. I mean, it's not personal, but Jay is not. You understand what I mean? He's not into that sort of thing.
Hey, I'm with you, Pete. This guy's a
Yeah.
stick in the mud, you know?
Yeah, if you want to come out there.
Do you work with dummies? Not sure. Maybe you and I could do an act.
No, wait. You and I have been a team a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, you pick a nobody off the street and you turn him into a big star, and what do you get?
Nothing. You know, they even said thank you.
That's right.
Yeah. Listen, we'll do it. You got some women out there that...
Yeah, we got one of the problems is a couple of the girls are from up in Saskatchewan.
Oh, yeah?
So, I mean, there's always the danger of them tearing the waterbed with their spurs, but
Listen, I'd love that. I'd get a little waterlogged and it'd be kinky.
it wouldn't be bad. I think you'd dig it, Bob. So if you want to
Okay.
come out there, you're
Well, we'll
certainly
see you
welcome.
later. As soon as Jay goes to bed, we'll
Yeah,
just
I'd rather
teddy
you didn't
bear,
bring
know.
Jay if you don't mind.
Okay, he's such a drag. He always puts his hand on my back. It's awful.
Yeah, well, if you come out to the camper, I think we have a whole new thing planned for you.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. Jay, get lost later.
Bob, now we have to introduce the next judge.
Okay, just do it, and I'll think about the camper.
Okay, well, think about the camper. Yeah. Our next judge is definitely the loveliest of our judges. She is a former Miss Canada.
Yes, indeed. We're going to change that image tonight.
That's right. She is also the co-hostess of her own television show.
It's very nice. I watch all the time.
Do you?
Yes.
And she also owns a travel agency.
Yes, I asked her if we could take a trip with not too much expense.
Really? What'd she say?
She shit in the air straight.
Did she?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the lovely Miss Terry Meyer. Hello, Terry. We are glad that you were with us, Terry. Thank you for being a part of the first annual Terrific Tall Tale
Tell-Off. Don't get it wrong again. You're fired.
Okay.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here. I can see after talking to Pete and you, Bob, I'm here to add a little class.
Definitely.
Yes, a little
Definitely.
decorum to the show. But, I'm going to have one problem when I go home.
What's that?
I'm going to have to explain to my mother that I've fallen in love with another dummy.
Well, listen, just forget Jay and go with me.
Bob, come on now. Anyway, Terry, we are glad that you were here. Yes. And our final judge,
And definitely the least.
no, come on, Bob. No, come on. It's just the final judge. We could have picked any order.
This is okay.
Okay, yeah. He's kind of the Howard Cosell of our station here. Yeah, yes. And he's the kind of a man that flunked Dale Carnegie course. Yeah, and His shyness is only matched by his modesty.
That's true. He's a very nice guy.
Into sports.
In the sports, yes, sir. He saw a sign the other day at a corner that said, walk. He said, Kennedy on fire!
All right, okay. It's not true. Yeah, but it's our own Howard Cosell, Mr. Ken Newans. Hello, Ken.
So nice of you to compare me to Howard Cosell, because he,
Well,
like myself, humble, shy, backward, and has made a great contribution to sport.
You're very welcome, Ken. And to tell you the truth, I think your hairpiece is much better than his anytime. So
I admire yours. You got a beautiful
you like
hairpiece.
this? I got this off the hind end of the dog, and it
Bob, talking about a dog, can I say hello to my pet rat,
Would you
Carmichael?
please?
Hi, Carmichael.
is Carmichael here tonight or watching at home?
No, he's watching at home.
Well,
he's
that's
watching at
good,
home.
because,
and he's sitting right up there close. Especially wanted to see you and Jay.
Well, that's a compliment on a guess. This guy's into rats, too.
Anyway, those are our judges.
These are our judges.
That's right, and they will be scoring our contestants on a point system based on originality, believability, and presentation.
That's true. All those things, they can handle it because they're good.
That's right. And each judge will have a maximum of 10 points.
10 points, just like Bo Derek.
That's right.
Yeah. You know where it goes? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1.
What?
Bo Derek getting older.
I see. Well, I tell you, we've got to introduce now the lady who is going to keep score for us as we score the contestants.
Yes, I'd like to score her.
Bob, will you knock it off, please? It's the wonderful,
Tantalizing, titillating, ticklish, Tammy Tease.
Tammy. Come on out here. Hello, Tammy.
Hi there, Tanny. Isn't she lovely? Turtle is my favorite color.
All right, Bob, let's sit up now.
Yeah. Do you do anything kinky with wood?
Bob, now come on.
We'll talk about it later. I just love your dress. It's very nice there. Okay, Tanny, you can go to my dressing room now. Isn't that nice? She has a nice face.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Well, that is Tammy Tease. She will be here to score.
Well, you can say that.
We shouldn't say it that way. She will help us in the scoring of the...
Yes, we'll talk about the other later.
That's right.
So, tell us what the winner is going to win.
Yes, Brian, what is the winner going to win?
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Bob. First of all, nobody goes home a loser. Each contestant will receive a handsome certificate of his participation in the 1980 Tall Tale Tell-Off. The three runners-up will each receive a copy of these two great books, How to Be a Perfect Liar and The Three Biggest Lies. The 1980 champion will have his name engraved on the coveted Rocky Award, the epitome of tall tale telling excellence. And as well, he'll receive 4 nights accommodation for 2, plus airfare to glamorous Las Vegas, where he'll stay at a major resort hotel. And as bonus, he'll receive a special coupon book worth $200 to help him experience a fabulous nightlife, the entertainment capital of the world. Jay?
That's a lovely set of stuff. Yes, indeed, a trip to Las Vegas.
Isn't that nice? A trip to Las Vegas. They could see Pete.
They could see Pete there.
That's true.
Well, let's get on with our first contestant, shall we?
That is why we are here.
I know that is true. Yes. Our first contestant is a stock clerk.
That's true. He clerks stocks.
I guess he does. Yeah, he is a stock clerk. And he is here, and he's also a weightlifter. And he's here to have approximately 2 minutes in front of our judges so that they can judge them.
Yes, that makes sense. A judge does judge.
That does make sense to me, yeah. So welcome, if you will, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dennis Taylor. Hello, please. Come on, Dennis. Thank you.
Oh, look at Tanny. I tell you, she's wonderful. Just, he definitely wins the prize for the sharpest dresser.
That's right. He definitely wins the wardrobe prize for this evening. Dennis, the stage is yours. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to say it. My name's Wilf, and I'm from Bassano, and that's spelled B-A-S-S, no. Yeah. Anyway, story starts out, I was on top of my New Holland tractor, and I love that old thing because I used to sit on top of it, and it was a New Holland, and my friends would look, and they go, hey, look, he's on his New Holland tractor, he's a Flying Dutchman. Oh, well, I thought it was kind of cute. Anyway, so I was on this New Holland tractor, and I was pulling the disker behind. And if you're not in the rural sense, disker is what you use to plow up the field. So it's used to open up the earth to drop your seed in, you see. And I was pulling this thing, and I was having trouble with the disker. So I phoned up your John Revolta, come over and give me some disker lessons. And at the last minute, he got a bad case of the GBs, and he wouldn't show. So I figured it out. It wasn't my disker, it was my tractor. So I went out and bought a brand new Massey Ferguson tractor. brand new thing. And I've had all sorts of problems with this thing, parts falling off and all sorts of trouble with it. So I sat down and I wrote Massey Ferguson a letter of complaint. And I did all sorts of crying and singing the blues in it, and gol darn if a week later they didn't write me back a John Deere letter.
Not yet, no. Stay right there, and Dennis, while you're there, you have to face the music now.
Or face the judges.
That's right. Dennis Taylor, Pete Barbutti. Believability, originality, and presentation.
What is your score, sir?
Well, I gave Dennis Taylor a 4. I gave him 1 for believability. I gave him 1 for originality. And the other 2 because his sister is coming out to the camper after the show.
I like it. Okay, we have, from Pete Barbutti, we have a score of 4.
And Terry Meyer, what did you think of Dennis personally?
Well, besides being probably one of the most attractive men I've seen for a while.
Oh, really?
I really liked his story, and I had to mark him well because anyone who has the nerve to stand up there and say that, well, I just have to believe them. So I gave him a 5.
You are very generous, Terry. It's wonderful.
She is. Either that or she's been drinking too much of that stuff there, whatever it is there.
Yeah, what is that stuff? That's, that's lit alcohol. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, a score of, from Terry Meyer, a score of 5 for Dennis, and we go down to Ken Newans.
Ken, what did you say about Dennis?
I gave Dennis a 4. I gave him 2 because he probably comes from Bassano. 1 because he uses good equipment, and 1 because I'm absolutely amazed anybody with a body like that can weight lift. So I gave him a 4.
All right, there you have the score of the judges. Ken Newans gives us a 4. Okay, Tammy is backstage right now, and she's counting on her fingers and toes. So, for Dennis, the score is what, Tammy?
Hey, Jenny!
Lucky 13 for Dennis. How about a round of applause for 13 Dennis? That's good. Yeah. Thank you, Dennis.
Oh, she stopped my heart.
That's when she stopped my heart.
Don't go away. Jay and Bob will be right back with more Tall Tales after these messages.
Okay, our second contestant is a food broker.
Yes, it's true. I guess he sells broken food.
Maybe so, yeah, I guess that's true, yeah. He's also considered by his peers as kind of a ham around the office.
Yeah, I guess so. He's got a lot of class.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he is kind of a novelist. He wants to write the great Canadian novel.
Yeah, it'll probably sell for $1.98 a pound.
Probably, yeah. And so welcome to you, well, kind of a fishy guy.
Yeah, you'll understand it when we say, here is Mike Salmon.
Come on out, Mike Salmon.
I like your choice of linen there, Michael. That's real hot diggity dog. I love the way she walks.
Mike is ready to go.
Mike, did you just join up? Is that it? That's nice. With your act, I guess you have to join up, don't you?
Bob, yeah, all right. Mike, it's all yours.
Take it away, sir.
Thank you. What a load of rubbish. I'm not that salmon chappie at all. I am Brigadier Willoughby Smythe Pilchard, and this is a true story about how great-grandfather Henry saved India from terrorist takeover in 1837. Now, Henry was a bit of a twit, actually, but his first day in India, he listened carefully as a sergeant major gave him this following briefing before he went out on patrol. All right, you horrible shower. There's only one thing you've got to worry about in this here jungle, apart from terrorists, and that's the great black mamba snake. Now, this here snake is easily recognizable because it's long, yellow and furry and covered with black stripes. Now, there's only one way to deal with this here animal. You slide one hand gently under its head, the other hand gently under its tail, you whip them together, it kills itself, and it's dead. All right, then, off you go. Anyway, about 2 days after Henry and his chaps went off into the jungle, hordes of screaming terrorists descended upon Bombay and attacked the place with much vim and vigor. In fact, they were winning. While all this was going on, Henry was crawling around the jungle looking for terrorists, when all of a sudden he saw it lying there, long, yellow and furry, and covered with black stripes. So he slid one hand gently under its head, the other gently under its tail, and whip them together. Back in Bombay, the battle had reached its crucial stage. The fate of the empire hung in the balance. In fact, it looked like all was lost. At this precise moment, a dirty great big Bengal tiger came bounding out of the jungle. Henry attacked with his hand stuck up its rear end, yelling insanely. The terrorists thought this was a sign from the gods, and with cries of, "Oh, goodness gracious me, they're all crazy, we can't beat them," they all went home. Anyway, Henry was rewarded for his saving efforts by being promoted quickly through the ranks to the rank of brigadier. We've had one in the family ever since. Bloody good job, too, what with the price of gin nowadays, eh, what? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Mike Salmon.
Mike Salmon. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Barbutti.
What did you score, Mr. Salmon? A fishy guy indeed.
Well, originally I gave him a 10, Bob, but I hate snake stories, so I took one away for that.
Yeah,
And I hate tiger stories,
yeah.
so I had to take another one away for that.
Well, that's 2 you took away.
And then he's English, so I took away another 8. And the turkey ended up with nothing. So, well, anyway, I put 4 back because he's dressed in a military outfit, and he may, in fact, have served. And he has a military crop stick, so I put 3 back for that.
Yeah?
And then he's coming out to the camper. He's going to run the projector for me, so he ended up with an 8, Bob.
Great. From Pete Barbutti, we have a score of 8 for Mike Salmon.
That's very good. I don't understand the logic, but it's definitely yours.
That's right. Yeah. Terry Meyer.
Terry, what did you do for Mr. Salmon here?
Well,
Not
I just don't know.
tonight, that's it.
Pardon?
Not any other time. Excuse me. You guys talking.
I just don't know how many women can resist a uniform and an accent on top of the uniform. So I had to score him very highly because I want to meet him in the trailer after the show. So, I scored him an 8.
An 8. Okay. From Terry Meyer, we have a score of 8.
And we move down here to Ken Newans. Ken, what did you do, sir?
I'm always overwhelmed by the tradition of the uniform, but unfortunately, I took 2 points off because it looked to me like you may have been wearing one of Idi Amin's old uniforms.
Yes, yes.
I loved his story, and I gave him a 7.
All right. A 7 from Newans. And that completes our judging, our scores from the judges.
That's true.
And Tammy,
what is the score for Mike Salmon?
Mike Salmon's score is 23 points. Very nice, Mike. Thank you. Well, we have a contest going now.
That's right. We have seen 2. We are halfway through.
We're at what we call the midpoint.
That's why we call it halfway through.
That makes sense to me.
Yes, that makes very good sense to me.
You're happy to be here?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Can you dig it?
yeah.
Bob?
No.
No. I mean, I hate to stop, but that's not the way we rehearsed it. I mean, we're from L.A., right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when somebody says, can you dig it? In L.A., you have to say, I can dig it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah. So, we're here at the terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off. Can you dig it?
I can what?
I can dig it.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
It's I can dig it. And I got it.
Okay, yeah. Can you dig it?
I can dug it.
Not dug it. No, it's dig it.
How do you say it?
Dig it.
Dug it.
Dig it.
Dug it. Dig it. How do you spell it?
D-I-G-I-T.
Dig, dug, dig. All that. Come on now. I can dig it. I got it.
Okay, now look, if you're going to say you can't say I can dig it. You have to say you can dig it.
Yeah.
They can dig it. She can dig it. We can dig it. You can dig it. I can dig it. They can dig it. He can dig it. We can dig it. She can dig it. You can dig it. They can dig it. I can dig it. He can dig it.
Welcome to our show. We're happy.
Wait a minute. You can do that. Yeah, try it.
Okay, I'll try.
Just give it a shot.
Okay. I can dig it.
That's it.
You can dig it.
That's it.
They can dig it.
Uh-huh.
We can dig it. She can dig it. He can dig it. They can dig it. We can dig it. I can dig it. They can dig it. He can dig it. We can dig it. She can dig it. They can dig it. He can dig it.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah, all right. That's very good. Thank you. Now we get to the hard part.
You're kidding.
I'm not. No, I will say the pronoun. You finish it up with the right phrase, okay?
Do what? Is this Sesame Street?
No, it's not. No. It's very easy. If I said I, you would say I can dig, okay? Okay. All right, try this one. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. I can dig it. That's it. You can dig it. Right. She can dig it. They can dig it. We can dig it. He can dig it. You can dig it. I can dig it. They can dig it. She can dig it. We can dig it. He can dig it. They can dig it. She can dig it. We can dig it. He can dig it. They can dig it. She can dig it. We can dig it. He can dig it. They can dig it. Hold it. 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 Dig it. What happened?
You ran out of air.
Okay. Yeah, we got it down.
No, it's so good I could say it backwards.
What?
I can do it backwards.
You can't do it. He hadn't learned it yet. No, wait a minute. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I tell you what. I'll say it forward. You say it backward. Ready? Here's a line. You dig it? I can dig it. Okay. You got me on that one.
In just a few moments, it's Pete Barbuti's turn to tell some tall tales right after these messages.
Bob? Yes? This dog walks into this Western saloon, you know?
Uh-huh.
And he walks up to the bar, you know, Bob?
Yeah.
And he says to the bartender, he says, let me have a shot of red eye. And the bartender says, what the, are you crazy? A dog? You come into a saloon and expect to get served? And he pulls a gun out from behind the bar, Bob. I guess it was a .44, and he shot him in the foot. Now, the dog went howling out of that place, you know, yip, 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 yip. 4 days later, Bob, do you hear me?
I got you.
4 days later, the dog shows up wearing black suit, black boots, black hat, mask, black bandage on his foot, black guns. He throws open the swinging doors, Bob.
Yeah.
The piano player stops. Everybody dives under the table. And shoot, Bob, if this dog didn't walk right up to the bartender and he said to him, I'm looking for the guy who shot my paw.
Okay, I give him one half.
Say, Bob.
Yes. 1/2. Not good.
Okay, Bob, these two elephants were by a watering hole in Africa.
Uh-huh.
See? And they was just having a drink, it was Sunday, just relaxing. And the one elephant, he said to his buddy, he said, excuse me, Frank. Now, he walked around this watering hole, Bob, and there's a turtle there sunning himself. He's about a foot or just a small mud turtle, see? And this elephant stopped this turtle, Bob, about 609 times. He spread him out like a rug, kicked him in the pond. He goes back and starts drinking water like nothing happened, huh? And his buddy says to him, whoa! He said, what's your story? Just because you're big, you don't be stomping on little folks. And he says, hey, man, I don't want to hear another word about that turtle. I was at the same watering hole 91 years ago having a drink, and that turtle bit my trunk. And his buddy says, wait a minute, 91 years ago? You're trying to tell me it's the same creature? Oh, there's no question about that. I have turtle recall. Say, Bob, I didn't tell you about this guy. He lived in Moose Jaw.
Yeah?
He was a Beethoven fanatic. He had all of Beethoven's records. We used to buy them as soon as they came out. Now, Bob, dig this. This guy sold all of his property, moved to Beethoven's hometown in Europe, that he might walk on the same hallowed ground that Beethoven walked upon. I mean, he was, you know, into it. And each and every night, Bob, he'd go out to Beethoven's final resting place, which was out near his grave. And he would place a rose upon the grave. One night, Bob, as he stood there, his mind snapped. And in his twisted state, he decided to exhume the remains of the great Beethoven. So he went home, Bob, and he brought back a spade, and he began to dig. And sure enough, Bob, he got to the casket, and a ray of light shone from within. And he said to himself, a ray of light from within. And he took this shovel, Bob, and he prized open the casket. And shoot, if there didn't sit Beethoven himself with a big lantern, and he had a pile of music paper and an eraser. He said, quick, man, close the casket, I'm decomposing. Wait a minute, Bob. Say, Bob, I didn't tell you about we stand around downtown here at the car dealer, the Cadillac dealer, and we're just hanging around there. And pretty soon there was no wind. It was still outside, but the door opened up about an inch. And everybody looked towards the door, and there's nobody there. So what the hell is it? And we looked down, here's a snail walking through the door, come across the floor. Now, I'm telling you, Bob, it took him about an hour and 4 minutes to get to where we are. And we're staring at him. We're kind of mesmerized. And the snail looks up, and he says to the guy there, he says, would you have an El Dorado in stock, fully equipped? And I says, yeah. He said, what would something like that run? He says, well, it'd probably run you about 19.5, you know, with the Michelin tires and everything on it. And the snail said, well, would it be possible to get a special paint job, a custom paint job? Yeah, it would cost you extra, you know. And the snail said, well, what would it run me? And the guy said, well, it depends what you want. And the snail said, well, what I'd like is a big S painted on the roof that could be seen from the air, like a large letter S on each door and a lot of small S's on the fenders. I said, yeah, something like that. It'd probably run you about $1,500 extra, but we could sure do it. And the snail said, all right, what did that come totally? He says, well, it'd probably run you about $22,600 for the whole shebang, you know. So the snail said, all right, and the snail left. It took him about an hour and 4 minutes again, Bob. Out he goes. He comes back later. Now it's about closing time. The door opened a little. Snail comes up. He's dragging a little wallet behind him, Bob. The salesman reaches down, opens the wallet. There it is, the whole amount right there in cash. So he says to him, all right, you got it, pal. There's just one thing. I'm kind of curious. What is it with the special paint job? And the snail says, well, you know, being a snail is kind of a low-class thing. Nobody has much respect for it. It's just like a step above being a slug. You know, they see you in the garden and step on you. Well, I just come into some money, and I got this inkling for class. And, boy, I want to drive down the main street of Beverly Hills and have all them rich people standing out there saying, boy, look at that S-car go.
Mr. Pete Barbutti. Stay tuned. Jay and Bob will be back with more Tall Tales in just a moment.
You sound a little down. What's into you tonight?
I think it's your hand.
I see. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's move on to our third contestant.
Our third contestant is a nice guy.
He is indeed.
He is an English professor at the University of Calgary.
Calgary,
yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, Calgary. Yeah, and he teaches Renaissance literature.
I know a lot about education.
Do you?
Yes, my father was the Lord of Education.
I understand. Yeah. So welcome, if you will, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Petty.
Now wait, Tony, you said you would only say that to me. Wonder if she's got a drill at home. That's kinky.
Okay, Bob. Now, we're going to let him...
Yeah, we have to let him do this because the suit has to be back by noon.
That's right. Yeah. So, Anthony, take it away.
Tonight, I want you to honor the name of one of the greatest Canadian sportsmen of all time, Willie, the carpet-eating moth from Lethbridge. With the aid of his mother and his girlfriend, Annie, Willie practiced for many years, sharpening his teeth, improving his jaw muscles with dumbbells, until at the age of 16, they entered him into the provincial competition, ladies and gentlemen, the Calgary Stampede. And there were moths from Carstairs and Camrose and Trochu even. 25 carpets, Lockheed shag rugs made from tar sand and rapeseed oil. And they started. And Willie went, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he won because Annie was smiling at him. And they all cheered, and they gave him the white hat, the moth-eaten white hat. And they entered him into the national competition, which took place in the Montreal Olympic Stadium. And there was Pierre, the separatist moth, and a hippie moth from Vancouver, and a faceless moth from Manitoba, and a fishy moth from Nova Scotia. And it was 50 Indian carpets. Willie climbed up to the ladder, proudly raised his white hat, and started. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. And he smiled at him. 45, 60. He'd won again, a national champion to beat anybody. That same year, the Summer Olympics were held, where else? In Mothgo. And since moths are apolitical, they had the Moth Olympic Games with 100 Persian carpets. But since Persia was now Iran, they had to cover the Persian carpets with Homemade grits. And so they all marched into the stadium, the French moth, Jacques, Aldo, the Italian moth, a bit of a slouch, but good guy, Hank, the Texan moth, Fritz, the German moth, very meticulous, played all the national anthems. They climbed up to the top of these 100 Persian carpets. The starter's pistol went, pow! Well, he roared into it, and he smiled at him. 10, 20, 30, 50! Acknowledged the half-century with the tip of his white hat. 60, 70! Then he looked up, and Annie was not looking at him anymore. She was looking at Aldo, the slouchy Italian moth, and she was saying, Viva Aldo! Well, he lost heart, but he was a gutsy fellow. 80, so was Aldo. 85, nobody else was in the race. 90, 91, 92, 93. But Aldo was pushing ahead and waving to Annie in the distance, her eyeshadow running a bit, didn't matter. And 95, 96, 97, neck and neck at 99. And then 100. Everyone stopped. What had happened? They had a photo finish. And Aldo had won by a mouthful of carpet. The stadium went mad. Annie waved at Aldo. And then they all looked and saw Willie, a crumpled heap in the middle of the stadium. He wept bitterly. And that was the first time Annie had ever seen a moth ball.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, judges.
Well, remember, we are judging on believability, and I don't know how many malls you've known. What do you think, Mr.
Barbutti.
Yes, what do you think, sir?
I think this guy should be locked up. I mean, that's the most incredible story I've ever heard in my life. That's a 22-minute story. This guy is not all there, so I scored him on what was left there. So I gave him a 5, which means he's only half there. You understand? But I give him a 5.
All right. From Pete Barbutti, we have a 5.
Yeah, that's all.
I take it, Pete, he is not coming to the camper later.
No, I don't want this guy, or this guy's got terminal weird.
I got it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you. Terry, what did you think of Anthony's story of the moth ball?
I love it.
It was almost more than I could stand.
Moth.
If you're going to do
Well,
that, you have to sit on his knee. I'm sorry.
I paid close attention. I lost him several times, but I had to give him at least 2 points for originality. At least 2 points for being creative. And I had to give him 4 points for having the same profile as I do. So I've given him
Terry Meyer gives you a score of 8. Yes. And we move on.
Kent, what did you think of Anthony's story?
Well, I'm, of course, disappointed that Pete has never and knows very little about moth contests.
I assume that you
But
know
I think
what
that
you
only one person could tell that story and be as dull and meandering as he was, and that'd be myself or Howard Cosell. So I took 1 point off for being too long, and I gave him a 9.
All right. 10 years and 9 is good enough. So that's our judges' scores for Anthony Petty.
So here we are. Jenny, what is the score, honey lady?
All right, we have a score of 22 points for Anthony Petty. Anthony Petty, very nice.
Hey! Did you see that guy? He kissed Jenny right on the cheek. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it.
We'll have a talk to him later.
I will, because I love guys in beards.
Do you?
Yes, kind of breaks up the monotony of his face.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah. What else do you do?
Huh? Well, I can throw my voice.
No kidding?
Yeah?
I'd like to see it.
Well, you have to help me.
Sure.
Yeah, call down to George, and George will call it to us.
Do what?
Call down to George.
Is he very small?
No, George is underneath the floor down in the next studio.
Yeah?
Yes. So you call down to George, and if he hears you, he'll call back to us. We can hear him, okay?
I feel like a fool.
No, it's all right.
Just call to George.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy.
Just yell it out. Go, hey, George.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Just, hey, George.
That's it. You can do it.
Okay. Hey, George. Well, I guess he's not there.
Now, wait. He has to hear you through the stage, right?
Yeah.
So you have to yell it out so he can hear you, okay?
Okay, I'm going to yell it out.
Go ahead.
That's going to hurt your tonsils.
I don't care. Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah.
It's your career.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I don't have anything to do with it.
I know.
Yeah, okay, I'll call to George.
I wish you would, Bob. Go right in.
Okay. George!
What do you want?
What was that?
That was George.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, ask him how he's doing down there.
How you doing down there, George?
All right.
Holy mackerel, did you leave that?
When George is downstairs, he always takes his dog along, right?
Yeah.
Call down and see if the dog is down there.
Can you do a dog?
No, will you knock it off? I'm trying. Come on, play along.
Okay, just didn't want you to look like a fool.
Thank you. Yeah, go right ahead.
Hey, doggy!
I'm not doing that, huh?
You're doing
Not doing it. George and the dog. You're doing. I'm not. No, George and the dog.
downstairs.
Downstairs.
Get out of here.
Come on. You don't believe me? Try it again.
Do what?
Try it again.
Again?
Again.
Down there.
Down there.
Doggy. You're doing it. Sounds like George.
No, wait a minute.
I hate dogs.
What?
I hate dogs.
Little kid like you hates dogs? Why is that?
I used to be a tree.
Will you knock it off? Now, come on. Now, tell the dog to get out of here.
Get out of here, doggy! No. You're doing it. You're the ventriloquist. I seen you on TV.
Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm not doing that. That's George and the dog downstairs. If nobody, try it again.
What?
Try it again. What? Try it again.
Okay. Jeez.
George is down there.
I don't know where George is. I'm looking at George right now. George, no, it's not. Go ahead. I'm going to watch you this time. Go ahead, make George. Do it. Go ahead, do it.
What do you want?
Sit right down there and drink.
Jay and Bob will be back with more of the 1980 terrific Tall Tale Tell-On right after these messages.
Well, Bob, we're coming on to our last contestant.
That's right. You've seen 3 of them. We have 1 more. That makes 4.
4 contestants, that's right, yeah. And our next contestant happens to be president of an advertising firm.
Oh, boy. He's responsible for some of those commercials, acid indigestion, stuff like that, I mean, come on. This guy does it all, so we can get back at him now.
That's right, we can. Now, advertising president, and his name is Peter Temple. Peter, come on out here.
Going to warm you up there a little bit. Give him a little kiss on the cheek there, Tanny. Come on back and give him a little kiss on the cheek. Eat your heart out, fool. She's mine.
Okay, Peter, after you. Oh, the stage is yours. Yeah.
Well, I don't really know who screwed up around here, but my name's really Neil. Neil Down? Well, I come from Clam Creek, you see. It's in what you call your southern Alberta down there. Well, I got a problem. I'm going to be a general in the Army, and I need to get $20. So what I did was I talked to the producers on the show here, and they're real nice guys, the producers, and they said if I came in, they'd give me $20 to tell my story. Well, it all started about 7 months ago. You see, my daddy bought a car wash in Clam Creek, and he called it the Clam Creek Clean Clark, the Clam Car Clean. My daddy bought a car wash in Clam Creek, and there's one other thing you ought to know is that a lot of people ever since I was just a little guy have thought I looked like that famous actor John Voight, and particularly my daddy. My daddy liked him in that movie Coming On Home, because my daddy's a war veterinarian and all that kind of stuff, so it sort of got into it, Anyway, one day I was around the car wash, and there isn't too much happens down there in the car wash because it's a small town, and, well, there only are 2 cars. One of them is a convertible, so there isn't an awful lot of work. And we had one of the outsiders come into town, and Fred's car had just gone through, and this out-of-towner was going through the car wash, and I was down scrubbing away at the license plate, and all of a sudden, it hit the center bar of the car, did, and all those car washes have one, you know, and all of a sudden, the canoe comes down on top of my head, and my daddy goes, that's it, you're going to be a star. Well, of course, my daddy was thinking that I looked like John Boyd in that movie Deliveries. You know what I mean, with the canoe on my head. Well, I was seeing stars all right, so he said, we're going to send you to Calgary, boy, and so I ended up here, and, well, I didn't really know how to drive a canoe, so I figured I'll go get a charm course, and everything was going real well. I got a letter from my daddy the other day, and being a war veterinarian and all, well, he went out and bought himself a tank. Well, it's one of them there septic tanks, and that's why I need the money, you see. I got to get $20 so I can go out and get a license and learn how to drive the dang thing.
I think so, indeed. Yeah. I like the suit. It looks like the seat cover of the 57 Chevy.
Doesn't it, though? Yeah.
I like the suit.
Pete Barbutti, what do you give Mr. Peter Temple?
Well, first of all, I don't like the idea of him making $20. Do the stinking show. I mean, that's a lot more than the three of us are making here, and I don't think that's fair.
Wait, do you mean you're getting paid for this?
Yeah, not as well as you are, but...
You said this was El Grotto Gracioso. Any legal?
We're not getting paid that much, Bob. I wouldn't get that upset with it.
Oh, well.
But it does include transportation back to the bottom of the hill, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, I gave him a couple points for creativity. Believability, I believed everything he said.
Ooh.
And, okay. And if his name is Temple, I'm a student of religion, so
Yes.
I actually give him another point if his name is Temple. I was, incidentally, I was in one of those Hare Krishna temples,
Oh,
Bob.
oh, really? Were you?
Yeah,
What?
really interesting. Two stewardesses came up and asked me for money.
2 points.
Okay. And then I took off 2 more in case I told that crappy joke in there. So anyway, and I gave him, I wanted desperately to give him 1 point for presents, but I'm not sure he's here, Bob, so I had to take that point off. So I give him a big fat, well, let me make it fat so it's not a misnomer.
Because we are in trouble with standards and practices here. If it's fat, it's got to be fat.
So I give him a big fat 4, Bob. That's what I gave him.
Some people do a big fat 4. Yes, indeed. Well, Terry, it seems to me that every gentleman that's been on the stage you have been very kind to. How did you do this time with Peter Temple?
How was this?
Well, my mother brought me up to believe most things that men say to me, so I did give him points for credibility. Just out of
Have
my
I got
thinking.
some stories
But
for you?
I really...
Yeah.
Later. But I kind of think that he's a diamond in the rough, so I'd like to...
Chicken in the rough, I think.
I think it's turkey in a basket. Yeah, that's
Well, gentlemen, you took the words out of my mouth, so I've given him a 4.
Well, all right.
That's not a big fat 4. That's not a big fat 4.
That's a little skinny 4,
That's
but
not a big fat 4.
That
Let's
matches
make,
the big fat 4.
There
Well,
should
I
be a
do.
distinction there.
I think there is
We have a
potential.
little skinny 8.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Ken, what did you give Peter Temple?
You know, I know his ad agency is much more successful in his ability to tell a story.
Well,
God,
I hope so, yes.
yeah, he was awful.
You think so?
awful.
He just didn't turn
Well, we'll
you
give him
on?
2 points. 2 points for the courage to stand up there. 1 point for the kiss that Tammy gave him. That was a real smack of the
You
cheek.
liked
It was
that one,
a
didn't you?
real, you know, and we'll give him 2 points for the tie. And
What?
I'd like to put a bid on the tie after the show.
Okay, now,
So a
excuse
total
me.
of 5. I give him 5 messy points. He has sloppy 5.
Is that what it is?
I'll give him
or
a
you just had
sloppy
too much
5.
wine?
Okay?
Is that it? Yeah.
And I don't imagine he gets an invite to the show.
Okay,
No, he's
a
not.
big sloppy 5 from Ken Newans. That's it. So we had a big fat 4, a little skinny 4, and a sloppy 5.
Well, then all together they spell mama.
I think that's it, yeah. All right, the score has been tabulated, and what do we have, Tenny, for Peter Temple? Score of 13 for Peter Temple.
Stay tuned. Jay and Bob will be right back with the winner of the 1980 terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off.
Yes, we're down to it, aren't we?
Look at this!
Yes. Easy Fox and terminally weird.
Yes, I love it.
Statements right from the judges. We allow no editorials on this show.
Sorry, I see. That's true. Well, we're down to it.
We are down to it, Bob. Yeah, we have backstage tabulated all the results of what our judges have done.
And what a job they have done. How about a nice round of applause for the judges?
Wonderful.
Yes.
So, the winner of the terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off champion for 1980,
Yes.
with a score of 23,
Uh-huh.
is...
Oh, he hit the drum.
Yes, he did.
Yes, I'm the only one who knows because I'm reading it.
Okay, Bob. With a points score of 23, read the name, Bob.
Okay, I can hardly do it because I don't have my contacts in.
Hurry up, Bob. This is the tip.
Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, it's, Mike Salmon!
Mike Salmon! All right, Mike. There we go. All right. Congratulations, Mike. Congratulations. All that's free. Of course, you're going to Las Vegas.
And I wonder if you want to take around a sexy dolly and Tammy Tease. Would you? I wouldn't mind. I just love this. Oh,
Bob, talk to the winner.
who cares? Let him take his prize.
Bob. Anyway, Mike, we're certainly pleased.
Who?
Mike.
Oh, I just love it. Do I get splinters?
No, Bob, come on now. It's all right. Yeah. But anyway, congratulations for all your work. We enjoyed your story.
Yeah.
And thanks for being here tonight on the first ever terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off.
And all the prizes over the years if you can find the producer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's right. We'd like to thank you all for being on the first annual terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off.
That's right.
We had a good time. Thanks to Joe Hansen and the band.
Yes, indeed.
And to all our judges, Pete Barbutti, Terry Meyer, and Kim Newans. I'm Jay Johnson and Bob. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. And goodbye. Yes, indeed.
While in Calgary, celebrities from the 1980 Tall Tale Tell-Off were chauffeured by Elite Limousine Service, your key to success. On behalf of the 1980 terrific Tall Tale Tell-Off, this is Brian Curry bidding you good night, and we'll see you again next year.